Why should what Carol does make me feel so guilty?
It shouldn't, really. This only proves that Mrs. Lindsay must be a deeply disturbed person.
I didn't realize that.
You know, it probably accounts for all the problems you've had. If she attempted suicide, it only proves that she's the one who's irresponsible and indifferent to the feelings of others. She should feel guilty, Dr. Lindsay, not you. Suicide is the last desperate act of an unbalanced person.
I know, Dr. Hardy, I know that. But I still feel very sorry for her. I know she suffered.
And so have you. And so have others.
I get that, Meg. 7th floor nurses station, Miss March speaking. May I help you? Yes, Mrs. Lindsay's a patient here. No, no visitors yet. Why, yes, Dr. Lindsay's at General Hospital. Who am I talking to, please? I'm sorry, but I'm allergic to newspaper reporters. Bunch of vultures.
No, I can't believe it.
What, Clampett?
Mrs. Lindsay. She's so attractive. I can't believe anybody would do something so desperate.
You know, somehow your logic escapes me, Clampett.
Well, so if they want to get a divorce, it's not the end of everything. I mean, she's so attractive, and she can get another man. And Dr.
Clampett! Clampett, you're a little young. But maybe someday you'll learn there's a lot more things in life than just being married to any man. And anybody who tries to commit suicide has got a lot of things wrong with them.
I'll say.
Clampett, will you please sterilize the thermometers?
Yes, Miss March, but I didn't know what to say to her. She was crying when I went in.
I think I'll go in and see Mrs. Lindsay.
7th floor nurses station, Miss March speaking. May I help you? No, I can't.
Hello, Mrs. Lindsay.
Mrs. Bentley.
How are you feeling?
I feel awful.
Would you like some water?
No.
Well, you won't be uncomfortable much longer. Worst will be over in a day or so.
Will it?
Mrs. Lindsay, I know this is very hard for you.
All I've done is make one awful mistake after another. And this last one was the worst.
Yes. Yes, it was a mistake. You have a lot to live for, Mrs. Lindsay.
Mrs. Bentley, I have no children. And my husband hates me. Now, just what do I have to live for?
Look, Mrs. Lindsay, I don't know what you mean by living, but there are a lot of people whose problems are much worse than yours, but they want to keep on living. And there are a lot of people who don't have families, who live for other people, maybe just so that they can help other people.
Well, let's just say that I'm selfish and totally lacking any sense of proportion. Look, Mrs. Bentley, I know you mean what you say. But the fact is, I've lost everything that meant living to me.
Not everything.
Everything important.
You still have the most important thing there is.
What do you mean?
You're still alive. You have a chance to do something with your life, but you've got to earn it.
What does Peter think of me?
He was frightened, terribly frightened, until the crisis was over.
Oh, I'm so ashamed. I've done so many awful things.
The important thing is what you do in the future. I know you've done things that you're not proud of, but we all have, haven't we? But you've got to keep going on and doing the best that you can. I really think life is what you make it, Mrs. Lindsay. Well, I guess I've said all I have to say.
Mrs. Bentley, why do you bother with me? I should think you'd hate me, too.
I don't hate you. I want to help you if I can.
You still would?
Yes.
I'd like you to know something. I would never have let them name you if there'd been a court trial.
Thank you. Carol, I never was going to marry Peter. My feeling for him was just friendly concern, that's all.
I think I knew that all along. I can understand Peter's falling in love with you. You're so different from me.
I don't think he was ever really in love with me. I mean that. I was there and sympathetic when he was blaming himself for neglecting you and your marriage for his medical practice.
You said that?
Yes, he did. And I just happened to be around.
If I'd known that he felt anything like that, well, none of this would have happened.
Well, maybe he needed something to shake him up, too.
Oh, it's too late. It's too late for both of us. What would I say to him?
You won't have to say anything.
Oh, I'm afraid. Have I embarrassed him even more now?
Don't think about that. Peter will be all right. He has a lot of strength.
Yes. Yes, he has.
And so do you, too, Carol. I know you've made a lot of mistakes, and it's been difficult. And I think you chose the wrong way to solve them.
Our problems started a long time ago. I was very much in love with Peter when I married him. But he's what they call a dedicated doctor. And our life together became almost nothing as the years went by. I was so lonely. You don't know.
Yes, I do. I know what loneliness can make you do.
And that's when I started doing things I didn't want to do. It got out of hand. One thing seemed to happen right after another. The divorce, the countersuit. I couldn't get control of myself or my life. There was less and less hope of ever rebuilding what I'd lost. So I took the easy way. Now everything's much worse than it ever was.
Carol. Carol, please. I guess I'm just upsetting you even more, aren't I?
Believe it. Everything so out of control. Why? Have I been so unreasonable? So cruel? Come in.
Dr. Lindsay, I'm sorry to disturb you.
What is it?
Well, Mr. Patterson is here. He'd like to see his wife.
Well, tell him there's no visiting yet.
But it's her birthday.
It's for her own good, Miss March.
Very well, sir.
Yes? Oh, thank you. Yes, this is Peter Lindsay.
Lee Baldwin, Dr. Lindsay.
Oh, yes.
I've heard about your wife. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, yes, it came as quite a shock. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Mrs. Bentley says she's going to be all right.
Yes. Yes, thank God.
Well, I'm sure you don't feel much like talking at the moment, but I have a little news for you.
Oh, what is it?
Well, Mr. Norgard, your wife's lawyer, phoned me this morning and said that she'd instructed him to withdraw the countersuit.
Withdraw the countersuit?
Yeah, apparently she's not going to contest the divorce, so you shouldn't have any problem getting it now.
Well, I appreciate you telling me this, Mr. Baldwin. Of course, she must have done it before she...
Do you still want to proceed with the divorce, Doctor?
Oh, yes. Yes, Mr. Baldwin, I do.
Well, there should be no legal hitch, no hitch for you at all now. Unless you've changed your mind.
No, I haven't changed my mind. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Bye, Doctor.
I might have changed my mind if it weren't for this glass. Come in.
Peter, I could come back at another time.
No, Meg, please come in. I want to see you.
Peter, it's just been so hard on you, I know.
Well, it's better to talk to someone than to be stuck with my own thoughts.
I saw Carol a little while ago.
How is she?
Oh, physically, she's much better, but in other ways, she's very low.
Meg, did I do this to her?
No, I don't think you can blame yourself for this.
Well, I've been going back over everything that's happened. I'm not the one that was, well, faithless to our marriage. She was. I'm not the one who wanted a divorce. She did. And then she changed her mind. Meg, I couldn't go back. What's the use of trying to go back over everything?
Peter, it's clear that there's been something wrong with Carol for a long time.
I never dreamed she would do anything so desperate, so irresponsible.
It's been a long time in building up.
Yes.
Peter, Carol said she was ashamed of herself.
But it's a little late for that, isn't it?
No, it isn't too late. Carol has lots of good qualities, doesn't she?
She used to have, yes.
Well, they're still there. Just something's happened to them.
Are you suggesting that I'm what happened to them, Meg?
No, not entirely.
What do you mean, not entirely? But, Meg, I'm not responsible for...
I know. Not for this. Peter, remember you told me yourself that you were guilty about having neglected your marriage. All I'm saying that in the years past, you have had a responsibility for what Carol has done. Now, I'm not saying that you're responsible for all that she's done since then.
She's the one who brought all of this about.
But you knew she was miserable, that she needed help.
What can I do? What could I do?
That's not the question. The question is what you can do now.
All right, Meg, what do you suggest?
You can tell her that you want to help her. Help her find herself again.
You mean take her back? Is that what you're suggesting, Meg?
Yes, that might happen, mightn't it?
You mean put myself at the mercy of a neurotic, someone who could do anything she wanted, but she, just by threatening to destroy herself when she had the inclination? No, I'm sorry, Meg. I can't buy that.